Okay, and it's already recording actually. So we're gonna show you guys how to make use the ArcGIS platform to sort of structure your. It's a final project, right? Okay. Final project for French. We're going to share the screen. I'm gonna hop on. Oh, messages with Rick Taylor. Okay. So we're here. And we're going to sign into ArcGIS Online. Use, of course, your login info. Now, I do have your community analyst up. And you can see I'm clicking on my polygon, and we're going to focus on something that has to do with traffic in Windsor. There are no infographics on it, but there's some reports on it. I run the report. I'm going to open the report. And I'm gonna save the report picture to my computer. Okay. Saves as a PDF. You'll see why this is useful. I also want to get sort of the data up, so I have this ready. No, I don't want to run. You don't have to run things again, but I want to have my data up and ready so that I can write my description in the problem area. And let's say I did want to do an infographic because they're cool. I maybe want to change to what would be a semi-relevant thing here. Let's say I just wanted to show census data talk about Windsor. And if I press this button up here, I can export it. You actually can export it as a HTML, TML, which is a little techy, but if you saw that and thought that would be cool, I'm there. But let's export it as an image, okay? And create that. And that'll automatically head to your downloads page, okay? So now we have some of the data to inform our question. And as you'll see, we have something that will be used in our solution. You start off in your login screen. It's like this, right? And then what you can do is go to your content. Now y'all won't have any content just yet, but just you wait. Emma will have some content, actually. I'm wrong. But you'll go to new item. Oh, I'm sorry, don't do that. Go to create app and click on ArcGIS StoryMaps. And StoryMaps is like a kind of cool platform. Some people might use Notion. It's a lot like that. But what you can do is sort of integrate maps, data, audio, pictures into a project. And I think it's well suited for something like this. So Dr. Nistelson was going to add a title in French.
Ok, donc trop d'accidents de voiture sur Windsor Ave.
Okay, so we're obviously talking about Windsor. And we might write something like, let's go to our, can you, excuse me. Do we see any Windsor Ave on here? 9191. Or is it listed as Peconic, you think?
I wonder.
So it looks like this area says I-91 and Peconic has, I guess what in all the Peconics it says there's about 120-ish thousand Kennedy Road and William Street. Using this data, could you write, back to our story map, can you write a like sentence or two about the number of cars that are going through Windsor daily?
Okay. I'm just putting ellipses for the numbers because they're not in my head. And were you saying the whole town of Windsor or just on this street in particular?
Yeah, let's just say on Peconic Avenue.
Okay.
And I don't know if this is part of the sentence because I have no idea what you wrote. But would you want to add something like part of the problem, or this might lead to a higher probability of accidents?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Okay.
Okay. So you might use that data to sort of inform the sentence. The next thing you're going to do is add a map tour because, as Dr. Nisselson will discuss, is that a sort of tour of landmarks, if I'm not mistaken, sort of relevant to your problem, is part of the problem, part of the project. You'll start from scratch and you can actually change these options. I'm going to go with a guided and map focused one. But if you tinker around and you decide media focused, for instance, is better for you, go for it, no judgment. So here's the map tour. The first thing, if you zoom in, you'll see it's using this kind of like minimal map. I want to edit it and I want to change it to, this one is imagery hybrid, sorry. And you'll see it's more like sort of the Google Maps. You can actually use any of them, but I think this one is helpful. And so here's where I can start adding locations associated with my map tour. So I'll add location. I'm going to go to Windsor Ave. Maybe I'll start where um, maybe I'll say something like this, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And you'll see me using the zoom level, use this current zoom level. So I'm going to click that one. And that's, so I want the tour to take me right over here. And something in my right here is just a quick note for your presentation of what this site represents. And here it would be where 91 and um, Windsor Avenue. Cool. And then I want to add another location. And we can write something like, oh, I'm sorry. I want to go around there. I'll start over here and I'm going to go to Island Road right there. Again, I'm going to use the current zoom level. And so basically your tour, you start over here and you move over here and then you can write something like
One of
this
the
map.
entrances to Loomis
Yeah.
JP.
And maybe you write like, or you say like, this is why this problem matters to me or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you of course can add a picture over here of Loomis or something like that. And then let's just add one more, third one. And you can write something like, sorry, I accidentally added one, delete it. Like Windsor downtown. They know that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, would be a nice place for a picture or video. So then you can scroll down and you can put your suggestion and your idea. And this could take a couple different forms. I'm going to use the PDF from the traffic map as sort of a template for the suggestion. But I think there's different ways you use or not use the map and technology to sort of showcase your idea. I'm gonna come back over here. Whoops, my screen is paused. Hold on, new share. No, I don't want to do that. Open traffic map. So here we're looking at that traffic map. I'm not sure if I'm going to come on here. And my suggestion and the work I'm going to do is very like rough for this example, obviously, but I wondered if we basically had a new set of routes that would go, I hope this works. No, that's a redaction. I want to redact it. I want to do this. Never drawn with this. Okay. Okay. And I think that you'd want something a little bit more involved than this for your project, but I'm going to say, why don't we have a road that goes over here? And so there's my graphic, new road, looks really good. And maybe that'll encourage people to get off at Blue Hills instead of on Broad Street, okay? So I'm gonna save this file. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna export it as, instead of a PDF, a JPEG. Save that. So now, when I go back to my story map, I can add the image that I just had, or any any image or what have you that you created, and sort of it's part of this area. And you can change the size. I think it's that one's pretty small. Might have to do with how I exported it. Then you can, by the way, add some cover images. You can actually change the design in a kind of cool way. Oops, I can't actually access it here. By changing like the design, you can add like a picture of Windsor, and maybe I'll change this area. Okay, and then when I feel like I should have some pictures of Windsor there, but when I publish it, it'll look something like this, where you have your cover page, and then you have your map tour, and then you have your solution. Okay. Do you have anything you want to add or any questions you have about the tech?
No, obviously this is new to me, and so we're learning together. And I'm happy to talk about what my evolving expectations for the final product are.
All right, we're going to stop the share, and we're going to stop